Alright guys, so this battle is a mixed tier battle, OU, 3 OU, 3 UU, and I'm using some Pokemon that some of you have requested me to use since I haven't used them in a while, so I hope you enjoy it, and here it is, a battle against ott60v or 60v from the Pokeladder chat room, so here it is. Hey guys, here is the battle against ott60v from the Pokeladder. I'll leave both links to the description, so make sure you check them out. So, this is a mixed tier match. He leads with an Ambipom, I do with Gengar. I'm just going to go for Focus Blast. Even though Ambipom is, has a higher base speed than Gengar, I'm faster, which is kind of curious, so I guess he is, like, adamant or something. So I go for the Focus Blast, hit him down to his Focus Sash, and he just taunts me, but it doesn't really bother me because I didn't go for anything that, that would be affected by taunt. So I go for the Focus Blast again, trying to kill it, but he goes out into Cresselia, which resists it and doesn't take much. So I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. It's super effective. I'm hoping I can get a 2 or 3 at KO, but he's going to go for a Calm Mind, which is going to be a big problem for me. So I was thinking, that sucks. Fortunately for me, this is my lead Gengar with Counter and Destiny Bond, so if he does try to kill me, he'll hit me down my Sash, and I'll hopefully be able to kill this Cresselia with Destiny Bond if all else fails. So he does have the Moonlight, which means he has reliable recovery. I don't have any Sandstorm in this team, so I'm not going to be able to screw that over. So I'm just kind of hoping that I can maybe, I'm still going for Shadow Ball because I might get the special defense drop or crit, which could help me kill it without having to resort to Destiny Bond. Unfortunately for me, I'm not going to get it, so he's going to use another Moonlight and then proceed to attack me with Psychic. So I'm kind of forced to use Destiny Bond, and hopefully it'll work. So he does go for the Psychic this turn. That's going to hit me down to my Focus Sash. My Shadow Balls really aren't doing a whole lot anymore after 2 of his Calm Minds, and he has quite a lot of attack power after 2 Calm Minds as well. So, like I said, he hits me down to the Sash. I'm just going to go for the Destiny Bond, and I just kind of have to hope it works. Hope that he doesn't predict it. So here's the Destiny Bond, and he does go for the Psychic, so that was a pretty good play for me, because that Cresselia would have been a big problem with 2 X Calm Minds. So yeah. Cool. I go on to Scizor because I'm kind of predicting Ambipom. I do see the Ambipom. I'm just going to go for the Swords Dance, and he goes out into his Scizor. His is Choice Banded, and mine seems to be faster, so I go for the Brick Break, and that'll hit him more than half, so that's not so bad. He goes for the Superpower, and that is going to do quite a lot to my bulky Swords Dance Scizor. However, with the attack drop and defense drop, not to mention he found out he's slower, I think he's going to switch, so I decided to use this opportunity to go Roost. So I use the Roost, and that will heal my Scizor almost back to full, so that wasn't so bad. He goes out into a Salamence, which is actually something I didn't want to see. My team doesn't have a whole lot of counters for Salamence. So I go out into Clefable because I was kind of thinking Fire Blast, and this Clefable has, awesome special defense. But he goes for the Earthquake, which isn't good because the Clefable can't take physical attacks too well. I get burned for my Flame Orb, so I can't get statused or anything. So I'm just going to go out into Venusaur, hoping Venusaur can take 2 Earthquakes, and hope that he doesn't go Fire Blast. Maybe he doesn't have it, I'm not even sure. Maybe this isn't Mixed Ments at all, it's just Life Orb with Physical Ments, because he tries to go for the Earthquake again, and I am going to live it. So I am able to take 2 Earthquakes, and I get the Sleep Powder off on Salamence, which will be very helpful because I really don't know what I would have done if I couldn't put that thing to sleep. So he goes into Ambipom on my Leech Seed. I get a whole 1 health back, so that doesn't really help me, but at least I kill the Ambipom, so that's that. So I get 1 hit point, get Leftovers Recovery, and now he's going to go out back into his Scizor. I don't know what he's going to do, but I go Leech Seed anyway. He goes U-turn, so he does kill my Venusaur and get rid of the Leech Seed, but at least I get to see what he goes out into first, and he ends up going into a Sceptile. So I go out into Clefable thinking, I'm a special wall guy, and he goes Focus Blast. For some reason I was not thinking it, but he missed, so that was really good for me. It was really unfortunate for him. So I'm just going to go for the trick. I end up getting a Choice Specs as he gets burned due to Flame Orb, and I switch out into Dragonite now. This is my bulky Dragon Dance Dragonite. and he goes for the Focus Blast. That's not going to do anything. I know he might have Hidden Power Ice, but I decided to keep my Dragonite in Dragon Dance. Like I said, this is very bulky Dragonite. So he goes out into a Registeel. I was afraid that he would T-Wave me, so I go out into Clefable, but he doesn't, and I'm just going to go Trick again to get my Flame Orb back because he goes out into Sceptile, and that's not so bad. I'd actually kind of rather that Sceptile be locked into a move at this point in the game because I don't want him to have the ability to change his moves. So that's not so bad for me. I kind of predicted the Hidden Power Ice there and go Soft Boiled, so that was great for me. He was going for Hidden Power Ice, predicting my Dragonite, and I'm able to get some health back with Clefable. So I go Trick again, knowing he's probably going to switch, and he switches out into Registeel, which was really good because I get leftovers now, and he can't status me because I'm still burned. Not to mention his Registeel gets burned. So I'm just going to go for the Seismic Toss for some damage. He just explodes, but thankfully it doesn't kill me only because of that burn, because that burn will still have its attack even as it explodes, so my Clefable lives even with only red HP. So I know he's probably going to send out something to kill me, and I know that his last Pokemon are like choiced, so I decided to leave Clefable in to die, and he locks himself into Bullet Punch. So I go into Houndoom thinking I can take one Bullet Punch due to the resistance, and I'm just going to go Flamethrower. At worst, he'll go out into, his Sleeping Salamence, but I know it's a 2-hit KO, and so that's good. So I go for the Flamethrower. He still has a turn of sleep, so actually it doesn't even matter because I'm faster for some reason. So yeah, the Salamence will get 2-hit KO'd by Flamethrower. He's going to go into his Sceptile and lock himself into Focus Blast. That's fine. I mean, I don't want to over-predict here because I know that no matter what he locks himself into, I have an answer for it. And he locks himself into Focus Blast, so that means I can go out into Dragonite to take that Focus Blast. And I'm just going to go for the Dragon Dance. He switches out into Scizor, and he is going to die to Earthquake. He didn't go Bullet Punch here, but even if he did, I mean, what would have happened? I mean, he might have killed my Dragonite. Probably not, because this is bulky Dragonite, but he might have, and I would have gone to my own Scizor and got a free Swords Dance for the win, so it doesn't really matter too much. His last Pokemon is Sceptile. He goes for the Leaf Storm. Not really sure why, because both of my Pokemon resist it, but, it's a good game. ott60v, a really fun mixed match. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Alright, bye. Peace. Alright, guys, a somewhat odd question of the day for you today. In the 4 generations of Pokemon, there have been 3 different versions of the Safari Zone. One of the Safari Zones is in Kanto, which is in Generation 1, as well as Fire Red, Leaf Green. The second Safari Zone is located within Hoenn, and the third Safari Zone is the one located in Sinnoh. Today's question today is, what is your favorite of the Safari Zone? You can base this on anything you want, whether it's the Pokemon inside of it, how you end up catching the Pokemon, the gameplay within the Safari Zone. As for me, my favorite Safari Zone has always been the first one from Kanto, mainly because I love the Pokemon inside of it. It was kind of simple. You either throw rocks or throw food at them, although I never really did figure out what helps me and what hurts me. But nothing feels better than to catch that Chansey that's been evading you forever. Same thing with Pinsir and Scyther and all those other annoying Pokemon in there. I guess Johto did have the bug catching place. I don't really count that as a Safari Zone, but I guess if you really like that, you can say that. But leave a comment about your favorite Safari Zone in the Pokemon games, and see you guys next time. Bye!